Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/familybirthcenter. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Happy President's Day, everybody, as we welcome you into the VFW Sports Center as we get set for a West Region play-in hockey contest today. The Dickinson Midgets and the Bismarck Demons, somebody will win and advance to the WDA hockey tournament on Thursday. Hope you're staying warm out there, and welcoming you into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show alongside Mario Lamoureux, the former UND Fighting Sioux, and you played all kinds of different levels of hockey, Mario, but Todd DOMRES, as we get set for, this is fun. When you talk about Game 7s, you talk about elimination games, you talk about play-in games, you talk about loser-go-home games, that usually brings out the best in hockey, and that's exactly what we're in store for this afternoon.
Yeah, I think in games like this, you find out like what kind of intensity the teams have and like how bad do you want to keep your season going. So, I think for these two teams, they've struggled to score goals on both sides, but I think it'll be a bit of a dogfight and, teams fighting for every inch. So, this will be an interesting game and see who wants to have their season continue a little bit longer.
Dickinson 5-16 on the campaign. Bismarck High 4-17. The Demons swept the season series against Dickinson this season 6-4 back on January 7th, and then 2-0 on February 4th out in the Queen City of Dickinson. So Bismarck High has won twice, and as you know, beating a team 3 times, there's always that extra element. That's hard to do.
It's very tough, and I think when you've beaten a team multiple times, that other team, hey, we got something to prove. Maybe you're ready with some different adjustments, and you're the team that's won. You're like, hey, let's keep doing the same things. So, that can be kind of a scary and dangerous situation for that team that has won. But, it'll be interesting, and I think both these teams, I think an X factor for both teams is they both got good goalies, and could one of those guys steal a game?
Yeah, it could happen today, as we'll get to that in just a second. Our net miners today are going to be awesome, as here's the standings right now. As I guess, why do you play these play-in games? Well, just look what happened in the EDC. Your number 7 seed Cheyenne lost to Mayport, and your number 8 seed South Shanley lost to the number 9 seed Grafton Park River. So those two teams are eliminated. Cheyenne and South Shanley in the East not advancing to the EDC tournament. So right off the cuff, playoff hockey, one game. Winner takes all. You move on and you win. Doesn't matter what really happened during the season. Everybody's 0-0.
You had to inform me on what happened with those games right before we got started here, and I was shocked. Mayport with a huge upset. If you would have told me, like, hey, who won the game between whoever Cheyenne and South Shanley were playing, I would have said, well, those teams probably won. But you never know. You got a playoff atmosphere. You get a hot goalie. You get some good bounces, and all of a sudden, you could pull off an upset. So definitely a big surprise there, but that's why you play these games.
All right, fans, more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show as we roll on from the VFW this afternoon. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Timely services. Stay in your car for a drive-through oil change. Get it done in about 15 minutes. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find us online at VIOC.com. We'll have more as we get set for the Midgets and the Demons in a West Region hockey play-in game today. We'll give you the bracket. We'll take care of a lot of the particulars of what's happening in the West Region. We'll give you our calendar, our upcoming schedule on PSP Plus as we get set for the drop of the puck today from the VFW. Dickinson, Bismarck, more after this break on the PSP Network.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Todd DOMRES, Mario LAMOUREUX back at the VFW as we get set for Dickinson and Bismarck in a West Region play-in contest. And right as we were getting ready for our player profiles, the teams are just about done with their warm-up time. But, Mario, let's talk about them anyway. First up for the Dickinson Midgets, Rylan Miller, the young freshman, the 9th grader, leading the team in points. And, hey, as you think about how much Dickinson had to reload from a year ago, they lost seniors that produced about 80% of their points. The kid is really starting to step up. Yeah, and I think, for a season that really hasn't gone Dickinson's way, the play of Rylan Miller is definitely going to be a bright spot for them. And I think for him, he's a real smooth player. Skill set very strong, but just a good, smart hockey player. He plays forward, and he's in his youth days played some defense, but really good player and definitely a bright spot for Dickinson. Hopefully, he'll be a big part of that core moving forward. And he's still on the ice. Dylan Schneider for the Bismarck Demons, their leading point getter, as he just exiting stage right over there. But yeah, there he goes. we got him on the cam. But hey, he's been the guy that when things have gotten tough offensively for Bismarck, he's picked up some big goals.
Yeah, I mean, scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in hockey. He's obviously been the top goal scorer for the Demons, but he's a real competitive player and finding ways to score goals in different ways. And they're going to need him to definitely step up to keep their season going after today's game.
Now there's your player profiles today, the leading point getters for both teams, the senior Dylan Schneider for Bismarck High and the freshman Rylan Miller for the Dickinson Midgets. All right, while we have a second here, let's talk about the top scorers across the state of North Dakota as Bryce Mattern leading the way with 79 points for the West Fargo Packers. Mac Morelli just set the all-time goal record for the Minot Magicians, and you run that thing down, and the first thing that comes to mind is, I guess, there's nobody from Dickinson and Bismarck High on here because goals have been a challenge for both these teams. One averages 1.6 goals a game, the other one 2.4 goals a contest, so they don't have anybody necessarily in the top 10, so this will be a close, hard-fought game. But as we turn our attention to the top goalies, this is where you're going to see these guys shine today. Bryce Cattermas isn't on the list. Owen Dieter is at number 9, and these guys have been getting peppered with pucks the whole season.
Yeah, and if you're a goalie, you want to be in a situation where you can make some improvements. So Owen Dieter comes up to high school this year and really taken over the role, and he's played really solid for them. So I think for BHS, he's definitely could be an X factor in this game. He's been able to keep him in some games this year. So you can expect for him to play solid. With both teams that don't really have a lot of lethal shooters, this could definitely be a good goaltending battle.
Yeah, indeed. As we'll come back with our keys to the game, we've got the goalie matchup, and we'll get a word from both the head coaches today. First-year man for the Bismarck Demons, Steve Dora, and second-year man for the Dickinson Midgets, Cass Dvorak. We'll catch up with both of our head coaches as we're getting set for the ZAM time here at the VFW. The WDA hockey play-in game is your ticket today on the PSP Network. Dickinson and Bismarck, more after this break on the PSP Network.
Had your back, or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. Find them online at VIOC.com. Part of our pregame. Pleased to be joined now by the head coach of the Dickinson Midgets, Cass Dvorak. And I guess, hey, It's about minus 30 outside, so just walk us through the bus ride today, because this is one of these days where I bet you the seniors were in the front or wherever the heaters were.
Seniors actually did still choose the back. Bus driver had the bus warm. It was a great trip down. Towards the end, it did get a little bit cold, but told the boys just part of playing hockey. Yeah, it's a cold one, and then we got an earlier start today, a matinee game. But let's talk playing games. Game sevens, elimination games. This brings out the best in hockey, I think. Yeah, do or die for us today. Nerves are high. We're anxious to get out there, but also very excited. Boys had the energy this morning. They came up to the rink with. I'm super excited about. Yeah, and for your guys, you've won 2 of your last 5 and got a little bit of momentum. A couple games that didn't go your way, but you played well down the end. So you got to feel like you're playing your best hockey now towards the end of the season. I'd like to say we're getting there. We're doing a lot of things right in practice. It's just a little thing that's going to come down to today. That's what we talked about all week. So finishing our checks, getting the puck deep, and taking care of our D zone. Two teams that have, I'll say, great goaltending. Dieter's been outstanding. Cattermas has been a wall back there for you guys for years. Goals, I think, are going to be a premium today. Yeah, I think they're going to be hard to come by. I think it's going to be a well-fought, hard battle game. Just, again, little things, taking care of the puck, getting it deep. Yeah, and, you guys played these guys twice. Lost 6-4, and then another game that was 1-0 for the longest time, ended up 2-0. But I don't foresee anybody thinking they're coming to the rink today thinking this is going to be a 6-4 game. No, I don't think so either. We have a lot of respect for Bismarck High. They play a physical game. They do a good job in the D zone. We're just going to have to outwork them. All right, Coach, a couple keys. I'll let you go for the Midgets to win today and advance to the WDA tournament on Thursday. Yeah, good possession of the puck in the offensive zone, and then taking care of our D zone is kind of what we're shooting for today. Hey, good stuff. Thanks for the time. Thank you, sir. That's Cass Dvorak, head coach for the Dickinson Midgets. We'll be back with more of our Valvoline and Snow Change pregame show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You worked hard, saved well, and invested well.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. 15 minutes or less. Locations in Bismarck and Minot. Find them online at VIOC.com. Part of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Pleased to be joined now by the head man for the Bismarck Demons, Steve Dora. And Hey, there's something about Game 7s, play-in games, elimination games. They just bring out the best in hockey, right?
100%. I mean, this is what you play for, right? I mean, your season's on the line. You have no reason to leave anything, in the locker room. Everything needs to be left out on the ice. And I take a look at the group of guys that we have, and we have a lot of pride. We have a lot of effort. So I'm excited to see them come out and play.
You've had 2 games against the midgets this year, and you picked up 2 W's. Tough to beat a team 3 times.
Yep.
And I guess one of those games was high scoring. Another one's a little bit closer to the vest. What kind of contest do you see playing out today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be close. Dickinson's got a great goalie. We have a great goalie as well, so it's more of a goaltender's game, kind of a defensive game. I think, goals are going to be a little bit tough to come by, and it's going to come down to, crashing the net hard, looking for rebounds, kind of getting some of those dirtier goals.
How's the health of the team? I mean, it's late in the season. Everybody's got the bangs and the bruises right now, but how are you coming into this one as far as strength goes?
Yeah, I'm confident in the lineup that we have. Obviously, we had Feist go down with a broken wrist, and then Alexander Fuchs went down with a concussion, and it gives another kid an opportunity to step up and obviously play a role. So, like I said, I have tons of confidence in these kids. I know they're going to come out and compete.
Couple days to get ready for this kind of earlier start, the matinee contest at 1:15. These kids have played so many juniors and mites and termites and you name it contests. Playing at 1:15 in the afternoon isn't going to impact this contest one bit. I expect both teams to come out here and start flying around.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately we're here in our own barn, and they had to, have the bus ride here in the minus 30-degree weather. So obviously that's kind of an advantage for us, and thinking back to the whole entire season, we obviously rely heavily on our 3rd and 4th lines to play a JV game, and it's it'll be interesting to see how we come out. We should be that much more fresh and ready to go, not having a JV game prior to this. So.
All right, Coach, if you had to pick a couple keys today for the Demons to advance to the WDA tournament starting Thursday, what would those be?
I'd say number 1 is staying out of the box. We haven't been the most disciplined hockey team throughout the season, and I think that's a huge thing for us today. If we're going to beat this team, we're going to beat them 5-on-5, or we're going to beat them on 5-on-4 when they take penalties. I think playing a really solid defensive game too, running our 1-3-1-4 check, getting pucks out on the half wall, and then last, you have to bury chances. I've been telling these kids all season, you're not going to get many chances in a hockey game, and when you do get those breakaways, 2-on-1s, whatever have you, you got to really bear down and find the back of the net. So I think those 3 things, and we should be good.
Good stuff today, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Todd.
You bet. That's Steve Dora. We'll be back with more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Thanks, Todd.
Thanks to Coach Steve Dora and Cass Dvorak for spending a couple minutes with us on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes. Find them online at VIOC.com. Good to have John Haugen producing, running the cameras for us on the PSP Network. Todd DOMRES, Mario Lamoureux back at the VFW as we get set for the Dickinson Midgets and the Bismarck Demons in this West Region qualifying game. And Mario, let's just jump right into the bracket, as this is important because Minot High has secured the number 1 seed for the tournament upcoming on Thursday, and they will take on the winner of this matchup right here, Dickinson and Bismarck High, and then Mandan is your 4, Jamestown is 5. Century stumbling into the postseason, I would say, is your number 2, and they'll take on the winner of Hazen Beulah and Williston, which is happening today as well. And then you got Legacy and Bottineau Rugby, and I would say Bottineau Rugby is probably playing as good as anybody right now. And, oh, by the way, Bottineau beat Legacy early this season. So interesting opening round.
Yeah, I think Bottineau's a very sneaky team. You got to be really ready for that group. You know, they got a couple guys that can really scoot out there. So I think that could be a dark horse, for an upset, and they cannot be taken lightly because they beat some good teams this year.
Well, I always get entertained when they take 2 minutes and 30 seconds off of the clock, and we are going to roll right into the national anthem.
Love the pressure.
I love it. We still had a couple things to take care of here, but fans, remember, get your Premier Pass for PSP Plus. PSP is your exclusive video broadcast home for WDA hockey, girls and boys WDA basketball, and all those A and B regional and district tournaments upcoming here on the PSP network. All right, we'll get to our keys to the game in just a quick second here, but first, looks like, well, actually, let's jump right into those keys, Mario, as they're brought to you, as always, by Northern Plains Heating and Air, another choice to seal your heating and air game. Call Dylan today, 222-2155, and the Midgets. You got to win the special teams today or stay out of the box, one of the two.
Well, I think for them, like, you got to be able to capitalize on some opportunities. Special teams hasn't been like a huge plus for their team this year, but I think if they can come out, capitalize, they got probably a little bit more offense than the BHS group, and if they could get some of their big dogs to capitalize, I think that could be a difference maker for them today.
The Midgets power play operates at a 10% clip, and their PK 76%. So having an advantage in those two things at the end of the game today will be huge for the Dickinson Midgets. And let's get to the keys for the Bismarck Demons. And hey, this is a team that'll grind it out. They protect the castle, I like to say. They bottle it up in front of the net. They make you shoot from the perimeter. And as evidenced by their late season success, they've been doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they got a tie game against a really strong Century team. And I think if you go to that game, a lot of people would say, hey, they played a really tight game, kept Century to the outside. You're not giving them easy chances. And I think if they can play good team defense, 5 guys sticks on the ice, they're going to give themselves a chance to kind of eliminate dangerous chances and be able to stay in this game right up until the end.
Now there's your Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game today. Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Call Dylan today, 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is performing at the top of its game. I'm sure Dylan is a busy dude today with the temperatures of minus 25. All right, there's your keys to the game. And let's bring you our goalie matchup today, brought to you by Planet Pizza. Try the Blue Buffalo to plain cheese. 852-1700 Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years. 2 good ones in net, I guess is the best way to say this.
Yeah, I think you're talking about an X factor for both teams. Dieter has the capability to steal a game. He's kind of maybe a little unproven coming into the year, but he's been a good focal point for the VHS group. And you look at Cattermass, and I saw him last year especially. He stole some games for that Dickinson team, and who eventually won the WDA championship. But to me, both guys, either one of those guys could steal a game today.
Yeah, Bismarck High, Owen Dieter, he's been really good, and Bryce Cattermas was a brick wall back there during the WDA tournament a season ago, where the Midgets found some magic here at the VFW, and they won a WDA championship for the first time in their program history. All right, fans, time now to honor America, our great flag, our great country here on President's Day, and we'll bring it to you on the PSP Network. go. We are just about set for hockey this afternoon on the PSP network. A little matinee, a 1:15 p.m. start from the VFW. Thanks again to Valvoline and Oil Change for bringing you our pregame. Timely services that don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes in their locations in Minot, Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Well, if you got a chance to watch the All Nations NHL, I'll call it the All-Star activity, doesn't that get you fired up for hockey right there?
Got me juiced up, and totally unexpected. You have the best players in the world. A lot of times your top players aren't dropping the gloves and punching each other in the face, but I don't think there was any people sad about what they saw, and it certainly brings up the intensity and got people excited, about the tournament in particular, but hockey in general. So hopefully a good thing to keep people interested in the sport.
Anybody that's a fan of the sport, man, you were at the edge of your seat in those first 9 seconds when they dropped him 3 times. That was outstanding. All right, here we go. Cass Dvorak's got his crew out there, and the Blacks outlined in orange and whites. Bismarck High in the home whites today, outlined in maroon. And we are underway from the VFW. Rylan Miller dumps it in immediately, and a snare for Owen Dieter. Here's your lineups. Rylan Miller, Rylan Becci-Vilas, Shaden Jackson-Zietz, your top line out there for the Midgets, along with the D pair, Logan Gross and Caden Cheddar, and the goalie, Bryce Cattermas. Bismarck High will counter with their top line, Dylan Schneider, Tanner Fries, Easton Richardson, and your D pair is Elias Johnson and Quinton Wolf in front of the netminder, Owen Dieter. Quick shot from the slot there, put on net by Logan Gross. Pops out to neutral ice. Wolf back to play it for the Demons behind his own cage. The Midgets looking to establish a forecheck early. And Dickinson High just belts it right back in deep. Wrapped around by Wolf. Richardson has a stick on it. Tries to outlet it, and it loosely flows out to center, not far enough down to get an icing. Back to play it is Cheddar. Check that, that's Robidoux. And Bismarck High gets a takeaway at center ice, and here comes Dylan Schneider. Puts a shot on net, and a 5-hole closing up there by Bryce Cattermas.
Really weak neutral zone turnover there from Jackson Zietz. Like one hand on your stick, kind of get stripped of the puck. You really got to stop on that puck, make sure you're not turning that puck over. Easy scoring chance for BHS. Jackson
Zietz dumps it in. Bismarck High looks to break out, and they get a hustling chance right out front. Through the slot it goes. Schwark on the doorstep, couldn't get a stick on it. Back come the Midgets. Just underway, 15:35 to play opening period. Scoreless on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life's busy. They make managing money easy. Locations in North Dakota, Arizona, Minnesota. Find them online at bnc.bank. Shot from the point, put on net there by Owen Seibel of the Midgets. And out to center it comes. Whistled right back in by Colin Bolts. Bismarck High with outlets. Got it on the stick of Steen. Went off of his stick. Played by Robidoux. Bismarck High tidies it up at center ice, and the Demons throw it right back into the D zone of the Midgets. Midgets look to break out with Frankie Montoya. Montoya still looking for it. Cleared away by Elias Johnson for the Demons. Montoya has it back behind the net. Nobody with him, however. Throws it off the side of the cage. As we get down and deep. Bismarck High, 2v1, walling it off. Centered out front. Right through the wickets of the Midgets. And here comes Dylan Schneider again, pressing the issue. Has possession. Schneider bumped off the puck, and the Midgets put it on the stick of Logan Gross. The D-man comes barreling in. Good poke check away, but now it's loose in the high slots. The Midgets play it backwards. Rylan Miller off his stick. Good takeaway there by Bismarck High School. This is how the game, I think, is going to be played. A lot of this, you're going to see a lot of things on the perimeter. Both teams play a good brand of defense and focus on that side. You're not going to see a lot of odd man rushes today.
Well, I just think when you're a team that doesn't score a lot of goals, you have to understand like the identity you need to play with. Like, you're probably not going to have guys that are wheeling the puck all the way up the ice, passing the puck through the neutral zone. You play a simple game where you're chipping lots of pucks, putting pucks into area where you can skate it down. Kind of like you just have to come to the reality of like, hey, our skill level, is at a certain level, and let's play a way that's going to give us success. So I think you're going to see a lot of pucks up the walls, and hopefully you can kind of capitalize on maybe someone pinching the wrong way.
Icing today brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Caleb Jansen has his shot from the points. Pop off a stick into the netting, and you'll get a draw to the glove side of the Demon netminder, Owen Dieter.
I think even in zone, like, you really got to keep it simple. Get the puck to your defenseman, get to the net, and just try to funnel pucks to the net. You don't got to look about making fancy plays, but just try and funnel those pucks to the net and be ready to get for those loose rebounds that might pop out.
Kason Schwark trying to get it out for the Demons. Now it's loose. Fire and shot, and a high save there for Dieter as Colin Bolts put that one on the cage. Good activity here early on for now a bouncing puck come off the side of the net. Nobody there for the Midgets. Bismarck High back. Transition opportunity for the Demons. Good takeaway and a shot put on net there by Steen. Cattermas closes the door. And the Midgets look to get a line change as they just throw it in deep. Bismarck High plays it back behind their own net. Coming to the side, wheeling out front. Oh, a shot just wide.
Dieter's been tested a couple times here early, so that's a good sign for BHS that he looks like he's ready to go.
That latest opportunity, Jackson Zietz. And another save for Dieter. Now here comes the Midgets. That shot goes high and wide there for Rylan Bechivilas. Bismarck High stuck in their own end. Good pressure applied here by the Midgets. Now they get it out front. A high shot and a glove save. Dieter again. Jackson Zietz camped out in the slot. Ramadou off a stick as he centered it. This is a situation here where Bismarck High, they're just going to try to ice this thing, I have a feeling, when they get a chance just to get it out of the zone and relieve some pressure. Finally, they get it out of the zone.
Well, I think one of the things they can do better is just like as a five-man unit, work on having better active sticks on the ground because you're kind of allowing Dickinson, a good amount of time with possession. If you can just get five guys with good active sticks taking away passing lanes, you make it a little more difficult for them to have clean plays.
Bismarck High just got a shot on net there from Gabe Hamlin. Sharp angle shot for him was turned away by Cattermas. 3-1 are your shots on goal. Bismarck High has the advantage there. Poked into the zone by Montoya. Played backwards there by Gross. Quentin Wolf for the Demons absorbs a check. Slips through another one. And Bismarck High will just shuttle it in. Brady Ginger dumps it in deep. In there with Fuchs on the chase. No support for the Demons, and out comes the Dickinson Midgets wheeling into the zone, and a good stick there by the Demons, denying an opportunity there. And a score!
Fortunate bounce for Dickinson, but you get pucks to the net, and they pop in. Dieter can't find it, and it kind of squeaks in.
And the Midgets have just taken a lead. Caden Cheddar just pops in our opening goal of the contest. Ryan Family Dealership replay. Yeah, as you said, he just got that out front. And a rebound on the doorstep. Cheddar knocks it home.
One of the things Dickinson has done really well through the first 7 minutes roughly, they do a really good job reloading their players into their own zone, and they've hit it 3 or 4 times where they hit that low support coming from out of their zone. And if you go rewind 10 seconds before that goal happened, goes D to D, their forward reloads, gets a puck, and they have speed coming through the neutral zone. So they've done a real nice job just trying to get that speed coming from their own zone.
Cheddar gets the goal. Logan Gross with an assist. Dickinson High School has a lead, and they still have the pressure in the Bismarck D zone. Popped out of there by the Demons, and that will go down. Yes, let's get you another Ryan Family Dealership replay of that goal. Yeah, just, hey, you get in those spots and you score goals, right?
If you look, if you want to score goals, you got to get to the cage, and I think that they did a good job. There's a puck that's there. They're in the vicinity, and you're able to get a bounce. And that is really what's going to talk about being greasy for these two teams. That's the one way they're going to try and win.
Miller holds the line momentarily. Bismarck High off the skates of Dylan Schneider. Turned back around for the Midgets. Betchy Vilas has it escape him. Played around the wall there by Hamlin. Jansen up to support for the Midgets. Under 10 to play in period number 1. Dickinson High School leads 1-0 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Shot in deep for the Demons. They had to tag up. And here comes Betchy Vilas.
Again, even though I know there's a turnover there, you can see Dickinson, they come back. I always say you're working back towards the puck. They get back. You're allowing some space between the next defender against BHS, and they're just allowing themselves more time and speed coming out of their own zone. So they really got to continue to do that, and BHS needs to try and press a little bit more, put more pressure on that puck carrier as Dickinson gets it in their own zone.
Shot from the right dots, put on net there by Shaden Jackson Zeitz, and Owen Dieter closes the door on that one. There's your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Shots are now even 3-3 here in period number 1. Quentin Wolf back in deep along with Andrew Kopsing. Now another loose puck out in front. Montoya whacking at it for the Midgets. Bismarck High, the hit on that wall in front of the Demon bench. And sent in for the Midgets. Colton Cooper drops it in, the senior. Wedged along the wall by Bismarck High, and a stalemate on that far dot. Good takeaway now by the Midgets. Owen Seibel working in deep. Joining the action is Gross. Kept in by Robidoux. Spence steps through, has it on his stick. A rolling puck toward Dieter. And Drew Spence couldn't get any of his twig on that one. Oh, I like what the Midgets have been doing here. They have came off the bus today on a cold day, and they have played real well here in period number 1.
No, they've done a good job. They're, like I kind of said before, they reload into their own zone. They have way more speed than BHS coming up, and BHS is having a hard time staying out of their zone because of that. But yeah.
Easton Richardson put a shot over the cage of Bryce Cattermas, and now it's out at center ice. Demons collect it. Look for a quick outlet. Poke to the center for Hamlin. Richardson and Schneider converging. And now almost a turnover by the Midgets. Instead, they get it up ahead to Colin Bolts. It's got Drew Spence with them, but the Demons take that away and try to get a breakout transition opportunity brewing here for Dylan Schneider. Schneider wins a puck battle, steps to the dot. Out to the line it comes. Shot on net and gloved up there for Bryce Cattermas. Off the stick of Jet Warren for the Demons.
Yeah, it's been hard. Anytime BHS has kind of had possession coming into the zone, they haven't had a lot of support. Schneider does a nice job there, holding on to the puck, wait for help to come, and they are able to get a puck towards the net. But in that situation, got to get take away Cattermas's eyes, because he'll make those outside perimeter saves all day.
Get a great old goalie cam replay right there. A great job by our producer, John Haugen, the man of many talents, as Dickinson leads 1-0 here, period number 1. Almost get a chance there for Shaden Jackson Zeitz.
Nice hit from Gabe Hamlin there.
Yep, the captain for the Demons took the body nicely there for the Demons. Jet Warren looks for an outlet. Kopsing overskates it. Bismarck tries to throw it in, taken away by that D pair. Rabadou gets it over to Goss. And now settling in, and a good play by the D there for the Demons. Rylan Bechivilas had a chance there for the Midgets. Held in by Dickinson High. Played down deep for Gross. Bismarck wraps it off the plexiglass, but not out. Now a bouncing puck loose in the slot. Taken away by Bismarck High and thrown out to center. Gross looking ahead to the fourth line. Tyler Danbaum had a chance. Bismarck High, another good hit at center, that time by Justin Steen. Back for the Demons is Jet Warren. Behind his own cage, but he's bodied off the puck. Cooper gets it out to the line to Gross. Steps in, low shot, deflected wide. Pressing in is Bolts. Don't check that. That was Cheddar. And now you get a stop in the action.
It's hard for BHS to get anything going. If you look at some of their regroups, a lot of guys are a little bit stationary. So I think if they can work on kind of working back towards that puck, try and build up a little speed, provide support for the puck carrier, I think they'll give themselves a better chance to kind of get offense going the other way. If you can get guys like Schneider and Easton Richardson loading up, those are guys they need to be able to have the puck on their stick for sure.
Draw in the neutral zone, and it gets onto the stick of the Midgets, Owen Seibel. Throws it in looking for Spence. Got Bolts out there on that line for the Midgets. Bismarck High looks to escape. And they look cross ice to Schneider. Dillon pokes it up ahead to Tanner Freeze. But back is Caleb Jansen. Held in at the line for the Demons. Shot goes wide to the corner. Now a puck thrown through the slot. Now a shot on net from the point there for Elias Johnson. Save for Cattermas. And back into the Demons' D zone it comes.
That's a good shift out of BHS. Funnel some pucks to the net. Hopefully they can continue that, keep the momentum going.
Betchy Vilas got the puck out to the line, and in the slot, Bismarck High took the body again. And they slip it out to center. Shots are now 4-3 in favor of the Demons, but Dickinson leads 1-0. Jackson Zeitz weaving through traffic, shoots, and Dieter saves. Hamlin pops it out to center. Right back sent in for Caden Cheddar. Bismarck High sends one over to Kopsing. Held in. Rabadou, a high whistling shot over the cage. Bismarck High, good hands with a takeaway, but the pressure right back for Rylan Miller and a distant shot. That one's going to be saved up for Owen Dieter.
Yeah, again, I would just reiterate, like BHS, if you watch, when they get the puck, I always try to teach kids, you got to have urgency to try and get open for the puck carrier. You got to work to open space. I think right now they have a puck carrier and they have a bunch of guys stand still, not working into open spaces and having that urgency to get open. So I think that's one area that they could be better at, and they would really get a lot of speed coming through because they do have a couple guys that can wheel the puck.
Rabadou put a shot on net. Oh, and a rebound put back for Dylan Gross. Another shot. Oh, another save for Owen Dieter. Midgets with some pressure early on. Another shot from the point. That one steered to the corner. Sharp shot. Oh, it went through the blue paint.
Just about sneaky, short, bad angle shot there, but luckily that one stayed out.
Midgets have now outshot Bismarck 9-4 here in the first period. Puck gets tied up underneath there of Andrew Kopsing. Demons get some assist in there. Another puck battle won by the Midgets. Shot from the point. Rebound out front. Pad save. Rebound again. And the Midgets keep the pressure on.
Dieter is playing really, really well right now.
Midgets get it onto the stick of Dylan Gross. Thrown in deep, and Grohl's back to get it for Dickinson High. Out to neutral ice it comes, trying to be wrapped back in by Schneider. Turning it is Bolts. Feathered in there by Goss. Played by Hamlin for the Demons. Oh, now you get a chance for Dylan Schneider. Schneider will come in, shoot far post, and looking for a pad put back there for his streaking in teammate who was Easton Richardson. Another puck battle won. Logan Gross carries it out for Dickinson. Quentin Wolf takes it away. Gross loses an edge. Wolf fans on an outlet. Schneider just backhands it out to center. Under 2 to play in the first period. 1-0 Dickinson on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. We can tell you today's game brought to you by the UPS store. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Kopsing from the high slot is shot blocked wide. Centering attempt for the Demons. Looking for Ginger. Instead, the Demons get possession back at their own blue line. Kopsing nudged off the puck there by Kaysen Grohl. Jackson Zietz gets it to Rylan Miller. There's a developing 2-on-2.
Again, you can see right there, Dickinson reloads their guys. They get speed coming through the neutral zone, and they get a nice entry.
Bismarck High loses a stick with 1 minute to play in period number 1. Rylan Miller, a shot and another save for Dieter. Bismarck High can't escape. Jackson Zietz had it go off his stick. Dylan Schneider tried to weave through traffic. Gross got a stick on it. Schneider still has it. Goes to the backhand save for Bryce Cattermas. When you think back a year ago, the WDA tournament that Bryce Cattermas had for the Dickinson Midgets willed the Midgets to their first ever WDA championship.
Yeah, and a great accomplishment for their program. You know, not easy for, if you think about how many guys they lost from last year's WDA championship team, not easy to kind of replicate that. And if you look at their lineup this year, a lot of the top players or significant players in the lineup are young players, freshmen, sophomores, some juniors mixed in there. And they do have a couple of strong seniors. But, the strength of their team certainly looks bright with how many good young players they have.
Bismarck High just held possession, and the waning moments here in period number 1 have expired, and we'll come back with our Magic Towing intermission report at the end of 1 from the VFW in this WDA hockey play-in game. It is Dickinson 1, Bismarck 0. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
For decades, NODAC Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. NODAC Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Clean it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is...
Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Back in our Magic Towing Intermission report, you blow it, they'll tow it. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. Put this number in your phone right now, 701-509-4011, Magic Towing. If you mention the PSP network, you'll save $50 off your next tow. All right, let's get to the numbers. Brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Ryan Family Dealership, locations in Minot and Williston, or find them online at driveryan.com. The Midgets got that goal from Caden Cheddar. And the Midgets dominated a lot of the action. They outshot Bismarck High 13-5. Bryce Cattermas stops all 5 of the shots he sees. Owen Dieter kept this game 1-0 with probably a yeoman's effort back there for Bismarck High. Otherwise, it could have been 2 or 3-0.
Yeah, I thought Dieter he had a great first period. Kind of, it's only a 1-0 game, so really anything could change, with one good bounce. But to me, the difference maker in that period is Dickinson's just ability, speed coming back to their zone, speed going into the offensive zone. And to me, it all starts with them tracking back hard into their own zone and giving their defense options as they want to start going back north towards the other net. And to me, that was a difference maker. They were able to have more speed coming both directions, and that is why they controlled most of the play in that first period.
Yeah, they did a good job of the puck battles, and then, a couple quick, I'll call them outlets, and then they had momentum going north and south.
Yeah, and to me, I always say like reloading or tracking back towards the puck, however you want to term it. Back checking, is probably the more old school term, but they come back towards the puck and they're allowing themselves to kind of get away from, the opposing defenders and reloading. And then when you do get that puck, you created a short pass option, and that allows you more speed and more space as you do get possession of that puck, with the forwards coming north. So it's that was a big difference maker for me. BHS a little too stationary. I don't think could get anything going. Not enough puck support. But certainly it's only a 1-0 game, and that could change in a hurry.
Of course, this week coming up on the PSP Network, a big week as we get closer and closer to tournament action. And you got the WDA tournament coming up later this week. Tomorrow you got Minot High and Mandan, which we have officially heard that has been postponed due to the weather. So we'll be looking to figure that out from a scheduling standpoint. I heard that from Dave Zittleman earlier today. So that game has been postponed tomorrow, Minot High and Mandan. You got Bismarck and Dickinson in girls and boys basketball. We'll see about the status of that one as these temperatures are wreaking havoc on the scheduling. Of course, you got WDA hockey Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the Mesa. Mario and I will have some games up there along with Nick Holberg and Dave Wilson as we get set for what should be a great WDA hockey tournament. Minot High, the 1 seed, Century, the 2, Legacy, the 3, and should be a doozy as evidenced by some of the games we've had ongoing here lately in the conference. And then on Thursday night, you got Division B basketball, West Oak, Newburgh, and Garrison, along with Kenmare and Surrey. Also on Friday night, Minot High and Century, and what should be a doozy in the capital city, and Ned Rose and South Prairie Max. There's your week ahead on the PSP Network. Be sure to like and follow us on our platforms of Instagram, X, and Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We like to promote local athletes on the PSP Network. And, of course, you got PSP Plus upcoming for all of our tournament coverage. WDA Hockey, you can get that Premier Pass, $54.99 for all 10 of those tournaments, and that pre-tournament rate ending soon. WDA Girls and Boys Basketball, regional tournaments, district tournaments, qualifiers, and more coming up for you here on PSP Network Plus. All right, Mario, we'll bring it into the broadcast booth here for just a second. Yeah, look at that.
There we go. See my bald spots. Perfect.
All right, if you're Coach Steve Dora after the first period where Dickinson came on, kind of handed it to you there in a lot of respects, what's the message for the Demons here in the locker room?
I think it's working a little bit harder to get open. If you look, even on neutral zone regroups out of their defensive zone, not a lot of puck support. So I think you got to have urgency, get your feet going to work on getting open and being available for the puck carrier. Because right now I think they have pucks, they're getting a little bit stationary, and to me that would be a kind of a technical key. But I think you got to just have a very simple game. Pucks are getting chipped out. You have putting guys in positions to track those pucks down. And then you got to get a few more pucks to the net. Schneider had a couple looks at the net that period, but really not a lot going on. And maybe that's a good thing because a goalie like Cattermas, you get him in the groove. He can be tough to beat, but if he gets cold back there, and you can get a nice, quality grade A scoring chance, that's not easy for a goalie to stay in a game when you're not getting a lot of action.
Well, yeah, 5 shots is not a ton here in the first period, and if you're the Demons, you just got to get some zone time. I mean, that first period was tilted. We were in that Demons defensive end most of the period.
Yeah, well, I think it all goes back to puck support. You have Schneider with a couple nice rushes, but no one even in the vicinity to come and help him for a pass option or to help create those battles. Schneider skates in down the left side multiple times that period, but gets kind of cornered, doesn't end up with any help, and it's 1-on-2, 1-on-3, and all of a sudden it's a turnover going back the other way. And like you said, Dickinson done a good job kind of like creating that closer puck support, and now they have speed coming back the other way. So yeah, it's been tough for BHS to get anything going, but I think if they can make some minor adjustments there, I think Coach Dora certainly will have a good message in the room for them, and I think you could expect them to have a stronger period coming out here in the second.
I get a Ryan Family Dealership replay package here in our intermission, brought to you by Magic Towing, and I think John's got the goal that we're going to bring to you right now. A little different view of that score for the Dickinson Midgets, the goalie cam view of it. Yeah, we're going to get a good look at it here, Mario. Shot. Oh, yeah, there it goes.
Well, yeah, Dieter, you can see there he goes and tries to glove it, doesn't quite get a handle on it, and then you get to the dirty areas and, puck pops out. You're able to kind of squeak it in. A fortunate bounce, but that's what good things happen when you go to the net.
Yeah, and you watch the play there by Cheddar. He was getting checked and trying to clean him out of that slot area, and a great little backhand to tip that thing through Owen Dieter there, because the first shot was high, then it was down low, and Cheddar has his second goal of the season. And that's our Magic Towing intermission report. 1-0, Dickinson on top of Bismarck High. Magic Towing, you blow it, they'll tow it. No job too big or too small. Put this number on your phone right now, 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. Second period comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
17 minutes up on the clock. We're set for period number 2. Dickinson High gets a goal from Caden Cheddar, assisted by Logan Gross and Colton Cooper in period number 1. And we'll see what kind of adjustments the Demons make here. I think if you're the Midgets and Dvorak, you're probably saying much of the same.
Yeah, I think you continue to do the same things that are giving you looks at the net. I think you're going to see a lot more urgency out of BHS. I know they probably didn't have a great period. I think you'll see a lot more urgency in their game on trying to get pucks deeper into the Dickinson zone.
Quentin Wolf will dump it in immediately for Bismarck High School. Back to play it. Rabadou, and immediately sent down. Misfire on a transition outlet opportunity. And today's icing brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Call Dylan today, 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is performing at the top of its game.
Especially this week.
Especially this week.
I came to the hockey rink to warm up. This is insane.
And John Nagels, or John Haugen is over there saying, yep, I need Northern Plains Heating and Air to come look at my furnace. Right now on the outskirts of Bismarck as bodies flying immediately, and now you get a chance for Richardson. Comes in, drops it. Oh, a good stick there for Dickinson as a centering attempt looking for Dylan Schneider. Sent right back in by the Demons. Quentin Wolf throws it in. The Demons with a mini change. Dickinson goes tape to Ryland Bechivilis. Oh, weaving through traffic. Might have been hooked a little bit there. No call, no arms in the air, no penalties thus far. Both teams have stayed out of the box. Ryland Miller couldn't catch up with that one. Back for Bismarck High School, overskating it momentarily there. were the Demons. And now pressing the issue into the zone. Easton Richardson working in the corner. Comes back out to Gabe Hamlin, who just ushers it back in. Outlet pass taken away by Steen at center ice. Colin Bolts gets it over to Cheddar, the goal scorer today for the Midgets. And he will throw it in deep for Dickinson High School. Bismarck misses Genger on an outlet. Stepping in is Goss. Bismarck High, a little trouble taking away the puck there as Hamlin has it back behind his own cage. Hamlin slips it up the wall to Steen, who backhands it out and down, and it's going to be far enough for icing today, brought to you by Minot State University. 96% of their recent grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Minot State University, be seen, be heard, be you. 14:54 to play, period number 2. Dickinson on top, 1-0 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, you can already see a little bit more push out of BHS in those first couple of rounds of shifts. So hopefully they can continue that. And still don't have any pucks at the net this period, but they got to be able to find a way to generate some offense. But a little more speed going so far in this first couple minutes.
Dylan Gross had a chance in the high slots. Cooper has it on his stick, looks to center it, and it goes right into the blue paint. Covered up there by Owen Dieter. It was a centering pass that just hit a skate. And next thing you know, it's right in the lap of Owen Dieter, who smothers that one down.
No, I think that can be a key for Dickinson to try to get more pucks to the back of the net, but just throw them there. They had a bad angle shot in the first period that just about squeaked in, but get traffic there and get pucks towards that net, and I think things will pop open for them.
Schneider in on the chase for the Demons. Back is Robidoux. Goss off the wall, and out it comes. Played by Johnson for the Demons. Robidoux has it back. Not a Gross. Midgets had a pass up ice, transitioning, taken away by Schneider. Schneider walls it off, gets it to Freeze. Freeze at the side of the cage. Couldn't get anything out front in the slot. Richardson in playing it. Midgets to the line, a shot off a skate. Held in by the Demons. And it went up into the Demon bench. And a stoppage in play today brought to you by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. A little more pep in the step here for the Demons in the second period.
Well, it's a playoff game. You want to feel that playoff atmosphere. So if they want to continue their season, they really got to, I think you got to push. You're a team that hasn't scored a lot of goals this year, so you got to be working extra hard to kind of maybe make up for that. And to me, that comes through hard work and hope.
Almost had an opportunity, and it turns into an icing as it sailed over the stick there of Rylan Miller.
It almost looked like they were trying to stretch that to the far blue line with a stationary guy, with guys coming with lots of speed, where you almost bump it back. So I'm curious if that's maybe a set play from Dickinson. Look to see them maybe try that again.
Drawn to the glove side of Cattermas. Won by the Midgets. And sent around and down. Another icing call. This one brought to you by Planet Pizza. Trying the Blue Buffalo or the plain cheese. Your mouth and belly will thank you. 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years.
I haven't been to Planet Pizza forever, Todd. I used to go to the Planet Pizza middle school dances back in the day. That's where I got my dancing career started and finished in 7th grade.
I was going to say, man, did you impress your wife-to-be at Planet Pizza?
No, I got all that bad stuff out of the way first. So then when I eventually met her, I worked out the kinks.
Okay, all right. Dancing with the Stars, Planet Pizza style.
I don't know if I'd say I was a star. I tried hard, though.
A for effort.
That's right.
Jackson Zeitz overskates it, turned around by Steen. got it ahead to Freeze. Midgets look to escape the zone with Cooper.
Again, look, you got reloaded speed, and they got lots of speed coming through from Dickinson. So they're continuing to do this and getting zone entries because of it.
Held in nicely. Cheddar, Becci Vilas had it in his skates. Bismarck High working hard defensively. The Midgets in the Demon zone. Richardson get pasted on the wall. Cheddar's had a good game thus far for Dickinson High School. Bismarck High has to tag up. Richardson waits a second, almost threw it right into the face mask of Tanner Freeze. He ducked out of the way and looked at him like, what are you trying to do, kill me?
He might have been.
Bismarck High with some zone time, but has taken off their stick. Jackson Zietz. Outlet to Ryland Miller. Oh, now you get Schneider with some speed into the zone. He will shoot, and a save for Cattermas. And now you get an opportunity brewing for Shaden Jackson Zietz. Back quickly was the defense of Elias Johnson. Nice play there for the Demons. Zietz couldn't hold it. Rabadou does. Zietz spins it on the near side wall. Stepping through his bolts. Good back check there by the Demons. Midgets still have the zone. They send it around to Gross. Into the slot, one-timer, and Zietz couldn't get any wood on it, and it's sent down by the Demons.
Dickinson's doing a nice job. I mean, if you look at the difference between the teams, Dickinson's pass completion just significantly better than BHS right now, and they're just coming out of their own zone. They're able to make a single tape-to-tape pass. Now they can have speed going the other way. Whereas when you see these sloppy plays, a lot of things are off the boards, the pucks are in the feet. If you can just make one tape-to-tape clean pass, really in any zone, you're giving yourself a chance to maintain possession.
Shot out the line for Rabadou is blocked by Genger. And into the Dickinson Midget bench it goes. Hey fans, your life's busy. BNC Bank makes managing money easy. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. I was joking with some guys earlier today with these temperatures. What do you think the air temperature inside the Lumber Dome in Bottineau is today?
It's going to be cold. They call that frosty toe day. And it probably hurts to play hockey on that day. But you know what? What a great barn. Good atmosphere in there. It's not the no one's going to call it pretty, but certainly it doesn't lack in atmosphere.
Well, Bottineau Rugby just took care of Century 3-0 in the regular season finale. Midgets had a chance. Good move at center ice.
If there's a team that has home ice advantage in the state, it is Bottineau Rugby. And even if they're playing over at the Al Wentz Arena in rugby, it's another chilly one. It's a double coat day for a coach.
Logan Gross to Rabadou. And here comes Colin Bolts. Bolts, toe drag, and his shot is blocked. Hamlin got a piece of that for the Demons. Now Hamlin walls off Bolts, and out to center ice it comes. Getting a little more hitting here in period number 2 as well. Elias Johnson up to Richardson. And Easton wheels into the zone, but Bismarck High is offsides. 14-6, the shot's still in favor of Dickinson, and the Midgets lead 1-0 with under 10 to play here in period number 2.
Yeah, you saw a little push out of BHS kind of in that first 2 or 3 minutes of the second period, but Dickinson's kind of slowly starting to take it over, and to me it's just that pass completion. They're able to maintain a little bit more possession, through each zone, and that's resulting in just being able to control this play.
Ryland Miller in deep, now a puck. Oh, they tried to backhand it over to Becci Vilas. Couldn't complete it. Jackson Zietz with possession. Knocked off the puck, poked out for Schneider. Jackson Zietz still has it. Wheeling from the right dots. He's belted down to the ice. I think that hit the official, and it's still in the Demon zone. Ryland Miller working hard below the goal line. Bismarck High's Hamlin bodied off the puck. And now an arms in the air, and we're going to have our first penalty of the contest. And and 10 or freeze. You're going to see it right here in your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Yep.
Yeah, get some high. That's not a penalty you want to take. You haven't been able to get a lot of momentum going. You got to have a smarter. It's just not a penalty you want to take in a game like this.
Bismarck High, 84% on the PK. Dickinson, 10.9% with the man advantage this season.
To me, this is a big power play for Dickinson. It's a 1-0 game. You've controlled the play. If you can get up 2, you make it really tough for BHS to fight back in the game because they haven't been able to get much going so far.
Freeze off, 2 minutes for elbowing. Dickinson with the man advantage. Gross has it, leaves it for Miller. Gross back to Miller. Now they seam it to the corner, and a shot from a sharp angle is snagged there. Becci Vilas.
Yeah, when you get those seam passes, you really got to have those guys. You try to put it in the wheelhouse, but you got to be ready to one-time those pucks. If you watch here, puck's going to come down. You're allowing Dieter to get set, but if you can be ready in one-timer position, you can see how much time Dieter has to be ready for that shot. You got to be ready to get that puck off quickly.
Yeah, it could have been I was thinking that was going to be a one-timer.
It should have been, but it was kind of not a great pass. And then I don't think the shooter was really ready, and that to me, that's a difference between being able to score goals or not is getting those pucks off quickly.
Logan Gross carries in for Dickinson. Becci Vilas plays it back to Gross. Bismarck High had a chance to scuttle that one out, but it went off the skates and the stick of Dylan Schneider. Demons got a couple new PK guys out there.
I wouldn't hate to see Dickinson just get the puck up top, get yourself inside the dots, and just hammer pucks. Get 2 or 3 bodies towards that net, hammer them, and maybe you can pick up a greasy rebound.
Jansen with a nice play. Spence sends it cross ice. Colin Bolts out to the line. Jansen, heavy shot, score!
Like right there. Get bodies to the net, throw it there. First career goal from Caleb Jansen. Congrats, Caleb.
Caleb Jansen from the point with traffic in front. And let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Yeah, you called it, Coach. I mean, that's all. Yeah, a heavy wrist shot with guys in front. Dieter didn't have a good look at it. And Caleb Jansen just popped in his first goal. Get the official call here, a power play tally for the Midgets, and they lead 2-0. Here's a Ryan Family Dealership. Let's see if Dieter had a good look at this. Oh, no, I thought it was going to the replay instead.
But yeah, Jansen has a very, very heavy shot. We coached him at the old LAMOUREUX hockey camps back in the day when we referred to him as Caleb McCarr. So he was just a great shot, though, and you got traffic in front of the net. And it squeaks in.
Assists for the Midgets goal go to Colin Bolts and also Drew Spence. Caleb Jansen with his first goal of the season, first goal of his career. And Dickinson High leads 2-0 when you're BNC National Bank scoreboard. Outlet to Steen, taken away by Goss. Goss, Jackson Zeitz, and Becci Vilas was offside.
To me, that's a crucial goal for Dickinson because BHS has not had a lot of momentum at all. But in a one-goal game, anything can really happen. So to me, that's a big goal. I think it's going to be tough for BHS to make a good push to get this game within 1 again.
I'll get you that goalie cam replay in just a second because we'll definitely see that Owen Dieter was screened off on that shot from the high slot by Jansen. Quentin Wolf around the wall, trying to get it to Schwark. Kaysen goes back to Johnson. Now back to Schwark. Demons can't get organized on their own end, and the Midgets still in the Demons D zone. And now a scrum in the near side corner. Midgets out to the line. Goss, blocker save, and now Dieter smothers it up. on the doorstep there for the Midgets was Owen Seibel.
Now that second line from Dickinson, Bolt, Spence, and Seibel really had some quality shifts that they've been stringing together and able to just keep possession of the puck. A couple young guys mixed in there, or I should say Bolt's the freshman mixed in there, but they've been a really solid line throughout the first half of this game.
Yeah, you just saw the Ryan Family Dealership replay of the goal, and Dieter was going like this. He was trying to see around traffic, and he did not see that puck until it hit the back of the net.
Yeah, and if you're a D with a good shot and you know you're going to have traffic, utilize that to your advantage. And I think there, a heavy shot, and again, Dieter can't see it, so you just never know if it's going to squeak through.
Justin Steen had a chance. Bismarck centers it out front. Looking for Schwark, and the Demons turn it back. Gross tried to play it over to Robidoux. Bismarck eyes Schwark, sends it back in. Kopsing chasing along with Steen. Good outlets, and here comes.
You can see again, Dickinson reloads from down low in their own zone, and they have speed coming through.
Yeah, here comes Dylan Gross, that third line out there for the Midgets. Hamlin evades some traffic at center ice. Kopsing and Schwark just chop it into the zone. Demons off with a change. And just backhanded out to center ice. Hamlin gets pinned up against the boards. Ginger in there battling for the Demons. Off the skates of Harrison Schnell. Good work there by Dickinson High. Jackson Zietz on the goal line out there along with Betchy Vilas. Good block there by Schnell. Zietz looks to center it, and on the side of the cage, Owen Dieter will hold it up. And now you get to exchange some President's Day pleasantries.
Wonder what they're saying to each other down there.
Now Dickinson High has got goals today from Caden Cheddar, his second, and Caleb Jansen, his first goal of the season.
Nice to see you getting some offense from some of those younger guys in your lineup. You can definitely see that, the future is bright for Dickinson. Not probably the season they've wanted this year, but you got quality young guys coming into your lineup, and to see them produce certainly gives good hope for the future.
Grohl will steam in for the Midgets, trying to center it. Wolf plays it for Bismarck High. Flip back out in front. Midgets keeping the pressure on here in period number 2 with 4:20 to play in it. Centered out front again. Midgets just buzzing. Spence out to the line. Grohl's shot whistles wide. Pinching in is Jansen. Around the wall it goes and out. Grohl went down. Here comes a developing 2-on-1. Schneider will fire. Oh, and a save for Cattermas.
And that's one of those situations. You got like Schneider, who's been ripping down the wing, for different points during the game, but he's one of those dangerous guys. You give him a little bit of space, he can make you pay. Wouldn't hate to see him try to work his way inside a little bit more on that 2-on-1, but a good save from Cattermas.
Yeah, you had Richardson hustling to catch up for a developing 2-on-1 potentially, but that was good hustle back for the Midgets as well. Jackson Zietz carries out, poked off his stick, flipped out to center. Shots are 15-5 in favor of the 15-7, I beg your pardon, in favor of the Midgets. Dickinson High leads 2-0. Miller gets it up ahead to Betchy Vilas. Center to the high slot, back to Vilas. He will shoot off the side of the cage. Midgets keeping the pressure on, held in there by Gross. Betchy taken away by Hamlin. And Gabe Hamlin tried to slip through a check, and Jackson Zietz back to play it for the Midgets. Logan Gross carries to center ice. And he'll throw a bouncing puck on net, steered to the corner there by Dieter. Bismarck High's Genger sends it over to Steen, who knocks it down the ice. And this icing today brought to you by Magic Towing. Put this number in your phone right now, 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. And the draw to the stick side of Owen Dieter, collected there by Quentin Wolf. Richardson just tosses it out, looking for an outlet, but it's held in by the Midgets. Richardson gets possession. Had to settle that bouncing puck down, and Easton carries in. Richardson whistles it high. Schneider will hold the line. Back in deep. Richardson steps into the slot. He'll shoot, and a save for Cattermas.
Seeing a little bit of fight out of that top line from BHS, but you can see Richardson, Dylan Schneider trying to get their feet going, being able to create a little bit of offense. They need one of those two guys to put the puck in the back of the net, capitalize on one of the opportunities they get.
Bismarck High throws it out to center. Grohl comes in, and they say the Midgets were offside.
You touched on BHS not really having any sustained pressure in the Dickinson zone, and even when they have had a rush, they don't have that second and third guy in there very quick, where they're able to kind of sustain, keep pucks in the zone. And I think that's one area that they're struggling. If they can get their second or third guy in a better position, they might be able to keep more possession, for a little bit more offensive zone time and create more shots towards the net.
1:44 to play in period number 2. Midgets up by a couple. Logan Gross pass hits a stick, collected by the Demons. And they'll send it up ahead to Case and Schwartz. Oh, and Kopsing has a chance. Rebound right out front and cleared out of the harm's way by the Midgets. Hamlin takes a hit. Steen in working for the Demons. Back out and played in by Ryan Peterson. 1 minute to play in period number 2. Bismarck High to center ice. Schneider bounced off the puck there by Logan Gross. Robidoux has it. And the Midgets look for a quick outlet. Touched in by Drew Spence. Hamlin back has it on his stick. Looks for an outlet, a little bit too far, and Richardson can't catch up with it.
Even in those situations, you have, Hamlin with a little bit of pressure on him, but kind of your lack of being able to get that puck tape to tape. What could have been a break passes a little bit off, and now you're kind of dealing with an icing now. So I think for BHS, really concentrate on making those tape to tape passes. If you're trying to support the puck, Harry, get your stick in a position where it can, the passer can make a good pass. But that to me, that's an area that they're really struggling at.
Now you get an offensive zone faceoff for the Midgets, looking to tack another one on with 27 seconds left in the second period. Draw one by the Demons, however, now they just wall it up. Sent out to the slot, cleared away by Bismarck High with 15 seconds. Jansen, nice play. And here comes Bismarck High, and a shot is blocked. Schneider had a chance, blocked to the corner with 5 seconds, sent in deep. Schneider has got Richardson out front, can't get it to him, and that's the way our second period will go into the books. And the Midgets tack on one more. Dickinson High led 1-0 at the end of one, and off the goal from Caleb Jansen, the Midgets now lead 2-0. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next. After 2 from this WDA hockey play-in game from the VFW, it is Dickinson 2, Bismarck 0.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed our oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Second intermission, as always, brought to you by Magic Towing. You blow it, they'll tow it. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. Put this number in your phone right now, 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. If you mention the PSP network, the next time you need a tow, you'll save $50. Bismarck High had a little more pep in their step, but the Midgets still controlling the action here. They lead 2-0. Do the Midgets. They get goals from Caden Cheddar and Caleb Jansen. The tallies from a couple of your D guys today is probably evidenced by that was the Midgets' plan. I mean, just get pucks to the net, try to get some traffic in front of Owen Dieter, and that's exactly how both goals have happened today.
Yeah, and I think when you're a team that doesn't create a lot of offense, like you got to keep your offense simple. So you're not going to have guys wheeling the puck all the way, making nice plays on transition, but get pucks into the zone, funnel them towards the net. Be ready to have 2 or 3 guys, in that dirty area. And, their first goal, good rebound goal, guy going to the net. And the second one, you have good traffic and you got an outside shot. And when the goalie can't see the puck and you're putting that puck in a position, over the pads, you definitely have a chance to put the puck in the net.
And our key to the game today, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating Air, was special teams for the Midgets. And here they are, 1 for 1. They had a chance on a power play, and they took advantage of it.
Well, that to me, special teams in the playoffs is crucial. And I think if you can kind of like win the special teams battle, you're going to give yourself a chance to win probably most playoff games. So I think for them, they haven't, not like a power play probably underperformed a little bit this year, but, they showed up big. And it wasn't pretty. It was a simple shot towards the net, but you had traffic taking away the goalie's eyes, and that's a huge difference maker. It's those little things that make a big difference on winning teams.
And for the most part, the Midgets have they've kept everything on the outside. So you get a good goalie like Bryce Cattermas with the ability to see things at a distance, and that's Bismarck really hasn't had anything in the blue paint or just right on the doorstep. If you remember, I don't remember a single shot like that Bismarck High's had the whole day.
No, the only really rushes they've had Schneider and Richardson kind of coming in wide, but that second guy putting pressure at the net, kind of
pushing Dickinson deeper into their zone. They really haven't had that. So even any rushes that seem dangerous, maybe it's Schneider coming down the wing, Cattermas has straight eyes on it, no traffic, and he's going to be able to make most of those saves. So unless they can really snipe one from the perimeter, I think it's going to be tough for BHS to get offense unless they can get that second layer of guys, and that takes urgency and effort to kind of put yourself in those positions. And I think if they can do that, they can, make a push to try and get this game back to even.
Here's your numbers after 2 periods, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Visit one of their locations in Mine on Williston or find them online at driveryan.com. Midgets on top, 2-0. Dickinson has outshot Bismarck 16-9. Bryce Cattermas has stopped all 9 of his shots that he's seen, and Owen Dieter has stopped 14 of the 16 shots. And then maybe the most important thing on that whole slide is 1 for 1 on the power play for a team that they were operating, folks, at a clip of 10.9% on the power play this season for Dickinson.
Yeah, it's special teams is huge. And I think before that power play started, it's 1-0, and really anything can happen when you got that kind of score. But I think that power play goal is total turning point of the game, and I think, if Dickinson's able to hold on to this lead, I think that power play goal plays a major factor in a Dickinson win.
Well, you got to take this schedule with a grain of salt. We're already hearing about postponements and cancellations due to the weather for some of these basketball contests, so we'll get that updated as soon as we can out on our PSP social media platforms of Facebook, Twitter, and X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You got WDA hockey coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We know that'll be taking place up in the Mesa, as Mario and I will be there along with Nick Holberg and Dave Wilson, bringing you the coverage of all the contests, all 11 games from the WDA hockey tournament. You got basketball, Division B, West Oak, Newburgh, and Garrison, Kenmare, Surrey. And Friday nights, Minot High and Century, and Ned Rose and South Prairie Max. Again, stay tuned because it sounds like some of these games are getting moved around as we speak. All right, fans, a reminder that postseason coverage and your exclusive broadcast, video broadcast home for these events is PSP Plus. WDA Hockey Tournament, Girls and Boys WDA Basketball, Region 3 and 4, Boys, Girls, Qualifiers, District Tournaments upcoming, and that pre-tournament rate is ending soon. You can get all those tournaments. $54.99 for all 10 tournaments. You can buy single tournaments, single day passes as well here on the PSP Network, and check us out at PSP Plus and get those premier passes today. We want to promote local athletes on the network, and the best way we can do it is having you come to the rink or come to the venue for these postseason events. But if you can't make it, man, buy a pass and join us on the PSP Network. All right, fans, that's your Magic Towing intermission report. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. No job too big or too small. Call them when you need to tow. You blow it, and Magic Towing will tow it. Third period comes up next. Will the Demons mount a rally, or will the VFW continue to be a good place for the Dickinson Midgets? Midgets on top 2-0 as we head to our third period after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Had your back, or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride.
Oh, my broadcaster pet peeve. They took time off the clock for about the third time today. And we are underway in period number 3, right out front. Midgets had a chance. Bismarck High down 2 goals. Trying to get a transition relay to Easton Richardson. Freeze pops it, loose in the slot. Schneider, his shot blocked out front. Jackson Zeitz plays it for the Midgets. Gross to Rabadou. Looks for an outlet to Rylan Miller. Icing waved off as Quentin Wolf is back to get it for the Demons. And Wolf escapes. Centers it up ahead, looking for Easton Richardson, and he hit it in front of center ice, in front of the red line, and it goes for an icing today, brought to you by Planet Pizza. Your mouth and belly will thank you. Call them now, 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Draw one by the Midgets. Cheddar's shot whistles high and wide. Wedged up along the wall there by Justin Steen. Dickinson High in the Demon zone. And you get a stalemate in the near side corner. Gabe Hamlin spins away from traffic. Up along the wall to Ganger. Jackson Zeitz, check that, that's Bolts. He looks to center it. Now one-timer for Cheddar, looking for his second goal. Pad save for Dieter. Cheddar holds the line momentarily. Now it's popped out by Steen. He works with Ganger, and they throw it in deep. Demons will go for a change. Cheddar whiffs on an outlet. Bolts, nudges it along. Drop right back on net by Jet Warren. Kopsing comes into the zone, but Bismarck High. Check that it was Case Schwark as Kopsing was trying to tag up. Bismarck High is offside.
You know, if you're Dickinson, I think your key to this period is to really try and manage the Schneider-Richardson line. Those really are their two dangerous guys. If you can kind of like keep them perimeter, not give them any easy offense going towards your net, you know, there's not a lot of offense, you know, in other parts of the lineup for BHS. So if they can just kind of manage that particular line, I think it becomes really tough for BHS to generate any offense.
Yeah, I think you're seeing some of the effects of a couple injuries for the Demons too. You got Ian Feist out today, as he's been a guy that's produced some points for Bismarck High School on the season. 12 points for him on the camp. Check that, 6 points on the season for him. And Fuchs out as well, so you get a couple of lineup changes, and it changes that dynamic.
Makes a big difference because they just don't have, you know, with what they have in the lineup right now, like statistically, they don't have like that second punch where you can throw out a second line or a third line where you can be able to create that offense. So, you know, the depth of their lineup certainly affected by those couple of injuries. And Feist, you know, a young player, but, you know, someone that they, you know, played a lot of minutes and has been a really, you know, I think positive point for the BHS team this year.
Johnson holds it in. Richardson looks to center it to Schneider. Backhand. Loose off the side of the cage. Bismarck centers it back out front. Instead, it's taken out of there by Colton Cooper. Cooper walls off the defense and carries in. Oh, good stick and a poke check there for Quentin Wolf. Wolf taken back away and sent in for Gross. And you get a delayed offside.
Game management is the word of the period for me. If you're Dickinson, you're in a good position right here. BHS hasn't had a lot of offense towards your net. Manage the game. Put pucks below the BHS goal line. Make them work back. Don't make any risky plays through the middle. You're in a good position. Just play good, solid, steady hockey.
Rylan Miller had his pass deflected. Jansen turns it over, and
like right there. Don't make risky plays through the middle. That one, you know, that's one of those situations BHS really got to try to capitalize there.
Dylan Schneider had a grade A opportunity, but he whiffed on it. Back out to the line.
My timing was impeccable on that one.
Yeah, that was really good. Now you get a developing 2-on-1. Bismarck High gets it up ahead. Oh, and he couldn't slide through, but a one-time blast for Dylan Schneider. That sails wide. Freeze in working with Richardson. Now this is the line that's produced offense for the Demons. But about the only offensive opportunities they've had all day. 13-14 to play in the contest. Midgets on top, 2-zip. Hamlin pinching in. Grohl will send it up ahead, looking for a posting up Jackson Zietz. And that icing today brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. And now you come all the way to the other end and get some offensive zone face-offs for the Demons here.
You get the fourth line out there for BHS, which they've had a couple looks here. You know, Dickinson not taking care of the puck, making some risky plays. You know, they got to be careful. Someone from BHS could capitalize on one of those chances.
And the Midgets misfire on an outlet there as you had Tyler Danbaum. They had both the fourth lines out there right now for both respective teams. And a draw to the glove side of Bryce Cattermas. Drew Spence wraps it along the wall for the Midgets. Kept in there by Quentin Wolf. Oh, and a big hit. Gage Lennox laid the lumber for the Demons. And here comes Colin Bolts for the Midgets. Spence in battling, as is Robidoux. Robidoux has it back to Bolts. He's walled off the puck. As Wolf sends along the end wall. Lennox tried to weave around the defense, couldn't do it. Dickinson has outshot Bismarck 16-10. Bolts carries in, backhand shot, pad save for Owen Dieter.
This is a great shift from Dickinson. They've had sustained pressure in the offensive zone. They get a full line change, and now you have a tired BHS group, and they got fresh legs on the ice for Dickinson. To me, this is exactly what game management is here. You're maintaining possession. You have a tired BHS group out there, and you're getting line changes. And now you're starting to eat at that clock a little bit, and BHS eventually runs out of time. And eventually, you draw a penalty because you got guys tired.
Yep. Gage Lennox is going to be going off for the Demons.
Those are little things that make a huge difference on teams that win or lose. And you can get, you're out there for 30, 40 seconds, have a good shift. You have the, selflessness to make a good line change, get fresh guys out there, and that's a difference between teams that win and lose right there.
Lennox off, 2 minutes for hooking, and the second power play of the day brought to you by ServPro. And a glove save. Off the heavy wrister there from Logan Gross. Put that on net. Dieter with the save. ServPro brings you the power plays today. 24/7 emergency service, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's ServPro. Midgets win the draw. Rylan Miller walks it in. Over to Gross. Back to Miller. Back to Gross. He looks for the top shelf. Rebound. Oh, what a save for Dieter.
Great save from Dieter to get back to that post. I thought that was going to go in, but he sneaks that leg in there.
It looked like Kason Grohl was going to pop in the third goal. Miller with a high shot blocker save. Jump ball over the corner there. I love getting the basketball references in when I can.
It wouldn't have been me.
Probably not what you're going to go to, Mario. Oh, good play on the wall. Sent out front. Shoot. Score!
Excellent play from Rylan Miller coming out of the corner.
He puts it on the tape of Shaden Jackson Zeitz, and he just tallied his 7th goal of the season, and the Midgets are leading 3-0.
And 2 for 2 on the power play.
2 for 2 on the power play. That might be the biggest stat of the. You said the play by Miller here, yeah. Carrying it out, make the defense commit, and a perfect pass on time, and Zeitz buried it.
Yeah, you can see he kind of opens his hands up a little bit as he kind of approaches, get the goalie to kind of sell the goalie on it, and then Dieter just no chance once this puck gets across. But you can see that he kind of bites down. Yeah, really nice play from Miller, that deception to kind of get Dieter to drop. And Jackson Zeitz with an open net.
Logan Gross has his second assist along with Rylan Miller. Demons look to saucer a pass. Oh, and they get a chance. Tanner Freeze couldn't settle that bouncing puck down off the pass from Dylan Schneider. 3-0. Midgets on top with under 10 to play. And Bismarck High just ushers it down the ice. And today's icing brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Call Dylan today for all your furnace needs. 222-2155. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Well, now if you're the Demons, anything to get momentum back on your side.
You got to get something going. You know, they've had actually a couple of rushes where they've had some chances, but they haven't put themselves in a good position to capitalize. Even on that last 2-on-1, Richardson kind of pushes himself outside the dot lane, so now he's not a threat to shoot anymore. And wasn't able to connect on the pass. But, yeah, they have got to capitalize here in the next couple minutes. There's just too much of an uphill battle to get back in the game.
Well, and now the Midgets just establishing zone time. Bismarck High can't even get an offensive attack going, and the Midgets just keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, if you're Dickinson, I think your goal, let's play below the dots in the offensive zone and just to keep eating away at that clock. Don't make any risky plays, to the middle or back towards your D. Just play a simple game, get line changes while you have that offensive zone production, which you saw they just got one off, and then they're able to keep that pressure on.
Shot from a tight angle there, put on net again by Caden Cheddar. And Owen Dieter up to the task, but that entire minute and change for that entire shift was spent in the Bismarck D zone.
Yeah, and I think game management, like I've said a couple times already, is huge for Dickinson. You're in a perfect position. You don't need to score another goal. You need to eat away at that clock, not give BHS any opportunity to get an offensive chance. Just honestly, if you play below the BHS goal line for the rest of the period, boom, you're winning the game. So keep those pucks in safe positions.
Bismarck High goes tape to tape. They get it to Dylan Schneider. Tried to slip through Rabadou and Jackson Zeitz whistling back in, but he can't catch up to it. Too far for him and offside.
Even there, like you have a little bit of speed coming in. You're at the offensive blue line. You're trying to dance around somebody. You need to put that puck in a position, at least behind the Dickinson defenseman. Allow yourself some offensive zone time. Put it in a position where you can track it down, but it's a turnover and going the other way.
I said offside, but of course I meant icing. As Bismarck High, Schneider tries to win the draw. Johnson at the high slot, carries into Richardson. Bismarck High in the midget zone, sends it across ice. Schneider shoots wide. Held in by Johnson. It's the most zone time Bismarck High's had today. Sent in the slot to Schneider. He's bodied off the puck. And here comes Colin Bolts. Got Spence with him. Bolts carries it through the slot. Taken off his stick. Bismarck High Johnson throws it back towards his goalie, and Dieter will just cover up. With 7:44 to play in the contest, the Midgets looking to get back to the WDA tournament after, I'll say, shocking the West last year and winning the West Region tournament.
Shocked me.
Yeah.
But a great accomplishment from them. Cass Dvorak did a good job with that group. And I think one of the things he said from last year, they had a lot of buy-in from their senior group last year. Guys that really bought into how they needed to play, and that was a difference maker for them. Obviously they had a little bit of skill, a little bit older team last year. But I certainly think he'll be preaching to his group like, hey, we got to have buy-in from every single guy on the team. And that's the difference between a team winning and losing.
Well, and you talk about the tournament that those kids had last year as Steen fires one and right up in the eyeballs of Bryce Catamount. You talk about the tournament that those kids had there. You look at a Caden Krieg, the West Region Senior Athlete of the Year, Casey Stengel, Dvorak, Blotsky, Roars. I mean, those guys all were 25-point-plus guys a season ago, and they had to completely reload this year.
Oh, yeah.
Almost with their entire offense.
Yep. That's a lot of turnover. High school sports from year to year, you're going to have some classes that have a lot of talent. You'll have some that have a little bit less. So kind of how do you adjust from year to year? And I think there's a lot of strong young players on the Dickinson group this year. And I think some really strong players coming up as well. So I think you could expect, Dickinson to be a team that, they might be a little up and down each year from year to year. But, I think for Coach Dvorak, I think trying to reiterate, hey, we have to play a good team game. We have to have buy-in to how we want to play the game. And if you can get everyone on the same page, I think you put yourself in a position to have success every single year.
Bismarck High threw one down the ice, covered up by Cattermas. And then Jet Warren was powering away at it. Midgets took offense.
I wouldn't even hate to see VHS consider pulling their goalie at some point here in the next 2-3 minutes. You got to get something going. Give yourself a chance. This is do or die right now, so I lay it all out there.
The old Dean Blaze trick? Pull them early?
I think, why not? It's 3-0 right now.
Exactly. What's the...
If it finishes 6-0, who cares at this point? You got to try and do everything you can to get back in the game.
The risk reward, you might as well throw out all the guns in the chamber, all the bullets in the chamber right now. Grohl looks to center with the backhand. Held in by the Midgets. They center it again. Bismarck High's freeze intercepts. And the Demons come along with Under 6 to play in the contest. Settled down there by Schneider and a blocker save for Cattermas. Bolts out to Spence. Had Seibel with them, did the midgets. Bodies get tangled up, and here comes Hamlin. Gets it up ahead to Richardson. He looks top shelf. Another blocker save for Cattermas. One-timer from the line, and posting up on that far post was Ginger. Couldn't get any stick on it. And Logan Gross out to Cooper. Now Jansen. He will rifle it in. 21-14, the shots in favor of the midgets, with approaching 5 minutes to play in the contest. Jansen, the big football player, multi-sport athlete for the midgets, holds it in. Bismarck high on the wall. Ginger trying to get it ahead to Jed Warren. Midgets just holding it in the zone. Hamlin pokes it. Kept in by Gross. Both those Gross kids have been good today. Dylan and Logan Gross, both of them been skating well, moving the feet for the midgets.
Yeah, Logan Gross been really solid on the back end. Just nothing fancy, but solid, steady play, advancing pucks forward, get the puck in the forward's hands, and I think he's done a great job playing a good, simple game, been very effective.
Betsy Vilas back to play it for Dickinson High School. Almost turned it over, but Bismarck High can't take advantage. Now they get it back on the stick of Steen. His outlet gloved down by Shaden Jackson-Zietz, who just throws it in on net. Schnell tips it out to center ice for the Demons. As we've come down to 4 minutes to play in the contest. Keep looking at Owen Dieter as you get bodies flying now behind the midget cage.
That one looked like it hurt.
Freeze out to Wolf. He gathers, tip puck. Rebound for Freeze. Backhander saved again there by Cattermas. Everybody's giving them the business. Miller, as he gets pasted off the puck.
Like a couple big hits from BHS, but like you want to see that like early in the game. I know it's like late in the game, but you want to see that kind of energy and pressure and aggressiveness like early on in the game, and now maybe the game they feel is out of reach and they're running around now, but like where was that in the first 5 minutes of the game?
And you got all kinds of extracurriculars going on. I think Cass Dvorak is going to call his timeout, I believe. He was indicating it.
I mean, if I'm Coach Dvorak, I'm pretty upset right now. You have BHS guys, to me, taking unnecessary runs at this stage in the game, and like that hasn't happened all game. And now you got a couple dirty, in my opinion, probably questionable hits. I'm curious to what Coach Dvorak is saying right now. Probably keep your head up, keep yourself out of dangerous situations. To me, there's 3.5 minutes left. Like BHS could make try to make a good push here. It's not over.
Get a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the ice. Full service, family owned, independent community bank. Founded in 1910, serving rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. I think the other message just has to be into that midget huddle is, guys, hey, just keep your heads. I mean, we know what they're going to do right now. They're desperate, but we cannot do something stupid right now and end up with a power play or a 5-on-3 or something stupid here in the last 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, play a simple game. Like if you can play below the hash marks in the offensive zone, just kind of eat that clock. You're not going to give your opponent enough time to make any plays or get any chance to get back in the game. So I think you just keep the puck low in their zone, try and cycle it. If you get into a 50-50 battle down low, you got 10 seconds, 20 seconds eating off the clock. And you go back to game management and you just take care of that clock with the position that you're in and don't allow them any zone time, in your own zone.
Dickinson, the friendly confines of the VFW. They beat Mandan last year 4-0 in the opening round, outpaced Century 7-5 in the semis of the WDA hockey tournament last year, then took care of Minot 2-1 in the WDA title game to win their first ever West Region tournament title a season ago. Kind of like that timeout by Dvorak there. Just
calm it down. Yeah, take the emotion out of the players a little bit. And Dickinson has done a great job. If you look at a lot of their neutral zone play, they're D to D. They stretch things out, and they've allowed those forwards to kind of get back into the zone. But they've utilized that D to D pass, which has given them a little bit more puck possession and the ability to have more speed on the rushes.
Shot whistled wide by Drew Spence. Gross throws the body at the line. And the puck, off the pads of Dieter. Chance there for the Midgets. They couldn't capitalize as Robidoux holds it in. Well, this is exactly what you want if you're the Midgets. Just hold this baby down deep under the goal line and run some clock. We're down to 2.5 to play in the contest.
You can see how high Dickinson's playing, kind of their third forward. Have those guys work hard down low, keep your forwards in good defensive position. But yeah, this is a great job from Dickinson, just being able to keep those pucks low.
And you get into a delayed penalty call now. And Quentin Wolf is going off. Well, that'll just about do it. 2 minutes cross-checking for Quentin Wolf. And with 2:18 to play in the contest, and you got 2 minutes, you're down a man, that's tough.
You're probably not coming back in the situation that you're in. At this stage, you don't want anybody to get hurt with guys taking any unnecessary runs at someone else on either side. So just get this game over with without anybody getting hurt, suspended, anything like that.
Colin Bolt's shot tipped up high. Bismarck high. Tried to get it out, couldn't do it. Cheddar holds it in. Spence back deep to get it. Elias Johnson plays it for Bismarck High School. Richardson skates out. And Bismarck High's net is empty. Dieter comes off. Well, Bismarck High didn't get another skater out there until just now. Now the Midgets will carry in. They had a wide open
What
net.
a great unselfish play, but he missed it.
Tyler Danbaum had it with a great opportunity.
I love that he passed that puck, but you got to put that in the net. If I was the one that passed, I got to say I would be really upset. That's an automatic assist, and you missed.
You heard the rumble on the boards over here as Dylan Schneider got drilled into the sideboards here. 1:20 to play in the contest. 1:03 left on the man advantage for the Midgets. And they are 2 for 2 on the power play today. I don't even know how aggressive the Midgets will be on this one, but they have an empty net. So, and here comes Danbaum. He shoots. He scores.
We didn't miss that one, so we're 1 for 2 on the empty net.
Tyler Danbaum had a chance a moment ago, and they say, I guess you get a second chance, and he buried it. Ryan Family Dealership replay. This is good work again. Another puck battle one at center, and Danbaum didn't miss that one. Fires it home, and that will do it. It was probably over before that, but how about that key to the game we had, Mario, about Dickinson High and special teams today?
Well, it's a playoff game. You got to capitalize on special teams, whether that's your power play or your penalty kill. And to me, they had one kind of greasy point shot with good traffic in front, and you had another one where Rylan Miller makes a really nice play to an open net. But, the total difference maker is special teams. And Dickinson wins that, and they win the game.
1 minute to play in the contest. You can see Tice Winveen out there for the Bismarck Demons. God does a little work for us on the PSP network.
Great kid.
As Simmers is also out there, that fourth line for Bismarck High School. Quentin Wolf, check that's Hamlin, knocks it into the zone. Down to 30 seconds to play. Hamlin couldn't hold it in. And he gets his team onside, and he sends it right back in. Matthew Fuchs, Hamlin, Ushers are right back down below the goal line. Simmers. Yes, here comes Dickinson. On the rush. Max Davis sends it on net, and that will do it from the VFW this afternoon. A final score on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Dickinson High has a date with the Minot Magicians. The Midgets win this one 4-0 over the Bismarck Demons. Demons season will end at 4-18, and the Midgets will take a 6-16 record into the West Region tournament on Thursday. They'll play the opening round of the game, opening game of the opening round at 11 o'clock on Thursday against the number 1 seed Minot Magicians. Our fans, our planning team, financial advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. Dickinson High advances to the West Region tournament with a 4-0 win today over Bismarck.
Nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here.
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm.
And we're back at the VFW as we put a wrap on this one. Our planning team financial advisors. Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning team financial advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Dickinson High comes in, picks up a 4-0 victory today over the Bismarck Demons. And a couple things to take care of here. First, Mario, let's look at those final numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Find them online at driveryan.com. 4-0. Dickinson wins it. They outshoot the Demons 23-18. Bryce Cattermas stops all 18 of the shots he sees. Owen Dieter with 19 saves. And hey, our pick to click, our Northern Plains Heating and Air key to the game. Special teams for the Dickinson Midgets. And hey, we pulled that straw out of our hat right there, partner.
It was, everyone thinks that we're smart, but we just totally guessed and we got it right this time. You throw enough darts, eventually one hits the bullseye. 3 for 3,
the Midgets today on special teams. They didn't go on the PK at all, so discipline play there for Dickinson High School, and they will advance. All right, couple things for us. First, let's bring you our move of the game today, brought to you by Spas Etc. Been doing it for 22 years in the capital city. Top-notch spa, hot tub, sauna, tanning bed, sales and installation services. Also a full slate of billiard tables and gazebos. Been doing it since 2001. Your Spas Etc. move of the game. Hey, this is the prettiest goal of the afternoon, and a nice play by Miller sets up Jackson Zeitz and a wide open net, and Dickinson took a 3-zip lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's just good to, you want to capitalize on your opportunities. I think their first power play goal is a little greasy. This one was a little more pretty, but really nice play by Miller to have that deception to kind of like sell the goalie to bite and go down, and then he slides that puck across and an open net to put in from Jackson Zeitz. And to me, that really sealed the game right there, and BHS really didn't have anything after that.
Yeah, your Spas Etc. move of the game. The Miller to Zeitz, and also throw in an assist there for Logan Gross as well, as Spas Etc. top-notch spa, hot tub, sauna, tanning bed, sales, installation service, and they've been doing it since 2001 in the capital city. Thanks to the folks at Spas Etc. for bringing you that move of the game, and we're going to do one quick thing here, Mario, on the fly. I usually don't do this, but I'm going to do it today. I'm going to move some stuff around just so I can talk about it here. Look at that. All right. We are going to just take a glimpse at this WDA bracket. We know the top portion is filled up. Minot High will have a rematch of the WDA championship from a year ago with the Dickinson Midgets. Mandan and Jamestown will square off. Century and the Patriots will take on the winner of Hazen and Williston. That game is a little bit later today. And Legacy and Botno Rugby, and you can watch that live on your exclusive home for the WDA Hockey Tournament on PSP Network Plus. Anything stand out to you there from the opening round, Mario?
Well, I think the really interesting games for me are going to be that Mandan-Jamestown game. They've been tight in the standings. Either team, I think, could come out on top on that one. I think that's going to be a really good matchup and a fun one to watch. And the other one I would keep an eye on is Legacy-Botno Rugby. I think Botno Rugby, kind of a dark horse. Legacy had a few injuries throughout the season, but looks like they potentially could have a full lineup. So that could be kind of a difference maker there. So I think that those two matchups for me are going to be really interesting ones to watch.
Yeah, we do have an updated score, BNC scoreboard updates. Looks like the Patriots will be playing Williston as in the second period. Just a couple minutes left in that second period. Williston leading Hazen-Beulah 6-zip. So I think that bracket is, for all intents purposes, pretty well filled up. Minot, Dickinson, Mandan, Jamestown, Century, Williston, and Legacy Botno Rugby should be a fun opening round of contests on PSP Network Plus. All right, I'm going to get you a couple more Ryan Family Dealership replays here. We got a couple of the goalie cam views. There's two more goals brought to you in our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. This is the Jansen goal. You can see Dieter there. He was looking around traffic. He had no chance of seeing where that puck was coming from.
You have that traffic in front. You're fighting to get eyes on the puck, and just a great shot from Jansen to put it in. But to me, it starts with that net front presence, making it tough on the goalie.
Oh, and then he saw the empty netter as well. You might get all of them right here. No, this is the Dieter one again that Jansen popped in from the point. All right, fans, last thing for us today is our MVP of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking your best. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. And, hey, obviously, Bryce Cattermas pitches a shutout. I don't know if he was tested a lot in those 18 shots. So we liked the activity today for the senior blue liner, Logan Gross, as he just had a step today, it seemed like, for Dickinson High School. He's our MVP of the game.
To me, what I loved about his game was the simplicity that he played with. Nothing too fancy. You probably didn't notice him a ton, but made a lot of really good, simple plays. Advanced the puck D to D, advanced the puck up to the forwards. Was rewarded with a couple points tonight. To me, but the simplicity of his game was huge for his team. And I think you have players like that. You allow your group to play a good team game. And to me, I really loved what he brought to the table. A little bit of physicality, good puck movement, and just a good overall play out of him. And to me, difference maker for that group.
Yeah, Logan Gross with a couple points today, up to 11 points now in the season, has 2 assists, 2 points in the contest today. And the senior for the midgets is your MVP today as the midgets season will roll on. Sport Clips gives you that MVP haircut experience, and the senior, Logan Gross, is your midget MVP today. All right, Mario, that sets us up for WDA hockey coming up later this week on the PSP Network. Let's just take a quick look at that schedule as looks like this. WDA hockey opening round Thursday. We already previewed that. You get the semifinal, loser out games on Friday. WDA championship on Saturday, along with your state qualifying games. And you got basketball action on Thursday and Friday as well. And be sure to stay tuned because we've already heard of some cancellations, postponements due to the pending weather that we have ongoing in the state. And these the temperatures that are dripping way down there. And so Mandan Minot already postponed for tomorrow for basketball, and I'm sure other things will probably follow suit here. So check us out on our social media platforms of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll give you all the updates on those scheduling changes as they happen throughout the week. All right, and last but not least, a reminder, let's get that thing turned off, and a reminder to if you want to watch exclusive video broadcast coverage of these tournaments, these 10 tournaments, get your Premier Pass today. $54.99. That pre-tournament rate is ending soon. WDA hockey, basketball, regional tournaments, district tournaments, as well as the postseason comes to you on the PSP Network on PSP+. All right, fans, that puts a wrap on it today. Big thanks to all of our sponsors, including BNC National Bank for bringing you our scoreboard. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings you our pregame, our timeout sponsor. First International Bank and Trust, ServPro brings you the Power Plays today, Instant Replay, Ryan Family Dealership, our Magic Towing Intermission Report, Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads Postgame Show, your player of the game, Dylan Gross. Check that Logan Gross for the Dickinson Midgets, and the move of the game. That's Rylan Miller to Shaden Jackson Zeitz goal, brought to you by Spas, etc. That'll be fun. We'll tee it up again at the Mesa on Thursday.
I am looking forward to it. WDA tournament brings a ton of energy. Love being in that Mesa rink. Great barn. And it should be a fun weekend.
Yeah, should be great. Be sure to check us out and follow us along on the PSP Plus, and we'll see you on Thursday. For our producer and camera operator today, that's John Haugen. My partner, Mario LaMOUREUX. Todd DOMRES repeating your final score. The Midgets season stays alive. They have a date with the Magi on Thursday at the WDA tournaments as they win this one 4-0 over the Bismarck Demons. Stay warm out there, folks. And until next time, so long from the VFW in Bismarck.
Nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a Sport Clip stylist.
Here.
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by